Hey everyone, we're back with Baggies Out. Today we're going to be covering the first and second flight at the National Balloon Classic from 2024. The task that we have for the first flight was a Hez waltz, where we all launched from a common launch area at the field. And then the task 2 that we'll go over is a fly-in task. So right now, let's jump into the hesitation waltz.
Yeah, so a little bit of a speedy night, getting off that launch field and trying to get to one of these two targets.
Yeah, and this was an uncommon afternoon flight. That was an official flight for the classic.
Yeah, I think that's
He's winding up over here.
the first competitive evening flight I've flown at the classic.
There
Yep.
he goes. Oh, it's down. Winding up.
So for this angle, we have a we gave a GoPro to one of the scoring officials, Scott, and he's wearing it on his head, so he different perspective than we can normally have.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of cool to actually get like a scorer point of view and see what they see.
Yep.
You see Patrick Sullivan there with a spider pig getting just inside the scoring area. Looks like 292 feet.
You winding.
It's not too often you see a shape competing.
No, that also might be one of the first for me, seeing a special shapes getting a score, an official score, by the way.
Yep. I know in the past Steve Wilkinson has competed some in the Apple.
That's too bad.
That's true. That's true.
Where's the second one? The red one, or?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of steering.
Oh, I see this one.
In this evening, which kind of
Where's the other
typical
one?
for evening flights in general.
The
But
other one's right there.
Yep.
It's coming down. It's right by the trees. Top of the
You
trees.
can
I
see most
Jesus
pilots
Christ,
are
it's way out there.
kind of electing to fly that
No,
higher
it's a
line
mile
into
past
this
the back
target
deck.
anyways. Just trying to get, looks like, the most right that they
Where? Oh, I
can.
see it.
You see Jason Jones dropped from probably about 1,000 feet or more.
Heads up.
Let's see if that's going to be in.
Ooh,
No.
200 feet. So that's like right in.
So that's a really good score for him.
I hear it.
It just never gets old, you know? What was that?
I knew I was right on the edge, so I was just trying to throw as much as I could and just got it inside the scoring area.
It's his marker. I don't know.
Yeah, afternoon flight's definitely not ideal
Many
for the
people watching
competition,
the high
but
ones.
the weather
watching
was
this low black
unkind
one.
to us, so we had to take what we can get.
Yeah.
Another baggie over here. Not in the
So
tree, please.
The
Perfect.
scorers have to keep track of
Where's
where
the
the
other
baggies
baggie?
are going. Sometimes that, like if
Oh, I see it coming.
we're throwing the baggies into tall grass, then they'll use flags to mark them so they don't
Coming
Get
down
lost
right
and
above us,
they-
guys.
know where to go to measure them after the task closes up.
Watch out.
Yep. That's John Shelton with another high baggy toss.
Yeah,
That's a really good score.
64 feet. That's great for a throw from that up high.
Yeah.
Let's choose a different tagger.
He's gonna throw.
Baggy out. Oh.
There you go. There you go.
Whip it at that tree.
And it did miss the tree and landed on the ground there.
Oh,
Yep.
he got tangled up.
So you can see how fast Chris is moving along. Like
There it goes.
some pretty good speed that
Bring it
night.
down.
For your balloon coming across.
Phenomenal throw to end it off with.
Yeah.
And closing that one out, we got Brandon Bloom in first, Adam Bowden in second, and Nick Donner in third. And you can see Scott just jumped right onto it after the after that baggie was thrown, started measuring. So so that they can get those scores back out and get them posted. And next up, we're gonna roll into the second task, which is a fly-in. It was at the main field at the Classic.
Yeah, this was a little tricky night as well. I know we switched different launch locations probably like 3 times. Couldn't quite settle on one with the winds just kind of going back and forth, and it just felt like we were constantly chasing it.
Yep. Very nice throw for Richard Saban there.
Yeah.
It's Joey Seymour, and I'm not sure who that is behind him.
Nice score for Joey, and that should be Chase.
Oh yeah. All right, there we go. Wow, very good score
Yep.
for Chase. Just under 2 feet. I think that's the current leader right now.
Yeah, it seems like the guys that were a little bit more to the west of the field kind of flew a lower line into the balloon field and were able to actually like get real close to it. Nice job by Rob Johnson.
Yep. Sandy Graff coming in.
Looking like a nice approach here. Just a couple feet off the ground. That's what you want.
Just popped it right there.
Yeah, a little bit of a bounce too. It looks like it was right on the pin
Yeah.
where it landed. I think this target was a little slick. There's quite a few baggies that ended up kind of slipping and moving further away. Unfortunately.
That I have experienced the slipping of a bag, and
Yeah,
it is tragedy.
it is, and you never really know when it's gonna come, because like sometimes you prepare for it, you're like, oh, I think it's gonna slide, and then
And then it just stops.
yeah, and you'll throw it short, and then it's like, okay, I guess we'll just stop there.
Yep.
Jack Nelson here. You can tell he's about ready to throw it. Yep, a little bit of a slide, but that's still a good score.
Some very nice throws on this one. Jason Jones getting looks like a pretty good approach here.
Yeah, it's always nice when you can just kind of calmly come down to the
Yep.
surface like that. Paul Petrin up next.
Nice. So coming in, so like this is an afternoon flight again. We're used to flying into the field, but do you feel like there's a difference flying into this field afternoon versus morning? Where do you how do you plan differently, or do you plan differently coming in here?
I don't think I necessarily plan differently. I think at least as far as the approach and like altitude wise, I don't think that's different. But I think for an evening flight, it seems to be a little bit better if you wait longer. Indianola is kind of known for like a 7 o'clock shift in the evenings, and so if you launch before that or right around that, sometimes that can throw you off. So it's almost better to just wait it out a little bit and see where it actually lines up, because it'll eventually settle out somewhere.
Yeah. So try to see where things are trending, and then kind of hopefully you guess right.
Yeah, and sometimes you can even see on like the forecast that a shift will be coming, and maybe it's like throughout the whole time, but so you can actually even lead into it. So it's like if you think it's going to shift more and more to the right, you can kind of lead it, and hopefully by the time that the launch window is open, you can be in the right winds, in the right place.
What sort of things are you looking at in the forecast whenever you're trying to sort of get ahead of that?
Usually it's gonna be the wind shifts. So if it's gonna be turning at all, or if it's gonna be no wind shifts, that's probably my big ones for the evenings. And honestly, I kind of do that the same with the mornings. It's kind of, when does that left turn start to go away on the surface? Things like that. What about you?
Typically it's just like, launching pie balls, see where they're trending, and then kind of follow that trend. Typically, I think I'll look at the forecast, and if those pie balls are following that trend, then I'll trust the forecast more. But if the pie balls are kind of just going off doing their own thing, then I know that it's going to be more of a an audible call of trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So this last group seems to be, looks like we're a little bit more struggling to get closer. Looks like the first group kind of had a better line coming into the target there.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like I said before, this evening is kind of switching back and forth a few times, and it just kind of felt like you couldn't quite dial it in on what the winds were going to be doing.
Yep.
And I think the guys that are doing well on this task, they took off a little bit closer, so that probably helped. That way, if you're off, you're not off by a lot. See Corey.
Yeah, that 1 degree might not be a lot, but as you get further away, that 1 degree of difference gets worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and kind of see. I mean, the balloons are pretty scattered.
Yeah.
And Indianola competitive flights typically aren't like that. Definitely more of a train, and
Yep. But generally, like, the afternoon flights are a little bit more straight lines.
There's one behind you.
But even in the afternoons, I feel like there's at least a little bit more steerage usually.
yeah, I think in the past couple of years we've actually had some really good nights that had a lot of steering, and this was not one of them, unfortunately. So kind of just have to deal with that. But
Just over the east side of the field there in the green, white, blue, and yellow balloon. That's Chris Reiner out of
Pfeiffer.
Iowa in sweetness.
Very nice.
good score there.
Yeah. Baggy and the Baggy in the perimeter of the X is I think a win for tonight.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, a score pretty much just kind of keeps you in it, but if you're getting around that X at all, that's a really good score tonight.
Yep.
There's his windup. There's the throw.
So it kind of looked like Bill was doing like an overhand swing there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Normally you see it like that, where it's just like an underhand swing.
Yep. Bill Smith coming in now. A little bit of a wind up.
Wow.
that ended up being a perfect slide right into to the X there.
No, check the inside.
So 0.33 feet on that one. Gonna be a tough one to beat.
Yeah.
Did we see where that high one went?
Over there.
As long as we know where it's at.
Nice throw from Colin McClure.
You saw that baggy fall and you're like, where'd that come from?
Jake Ryle, he's out of Des Moines. It's first time at the National Balloon Classic.
Baggy out.
Looks like he's going to get a score here at 130 feet, so that's pretty good for tonight.
He doesn't normally get
Scott
that
Edgerton, another local to Indianola. He's been flying at the Classic for the last couple of years. Used to be a scorer, actually, before he started flying during the Classic.
Decided he didn't want to watch it from the ground anymore.
Yeah, I guess not. I don't blame him.
Yep.
He'd rather throw the baggies down.
You can't blame him. So here you see the Scott, the scoring official for this target again, measuring out those baggies. First place you got Bill Smith, second place Chase Sanders, and third place was Sandy Graff. And the overalls after those two flights is Nick Donner in first, Brad Craig in second, Corey Bloom in third, Richard Sabin fourth, and Joe Zavada in fifth. So still got more tests and more flights after this, and stay tuned with us for those, and we'll have some great footage for you. As always, thank you very much to all of our amazing patrons. We couldn't do all this without your help and support. And if you'd like to become a patron yourself, you can go to baggiesout.com/Patreon and sign up. And we'll see you on the next episode.